Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Breaking news, a major escalation is unfolding across the Middle East tonight. Russia has officially sent advanced fighter jets to Iran, a move that's sending shockwaves across the region and pushing Israel to the brink of full-scale military alert. The skies over the Middle East are changing fast, and with it, the balance of power is shifting like never before. Sources confirm that Moscow has delivered a fleet of Su-35 multirole fighter jets to Tehran aircraft known for their deadly speed, agility, and advanced radar systems. These are not just any planes, they're among Russia's most powerful air weapons, capable of challenging U.S. and Israeli air dominance in the region. For Israel, this move is nothing short of a nightmare scenario. For decades, Israel has relied on its unmatched air power, its F-35 stealth fighters, and the Iron Dome defense system to deter threats from Iran and its allies. But now, with the Su-35 stationed in Iranian hangars, that balance is beginning to tilt. Analysts say this delivery marks a new phase in the Iran-Russia military partnership, one that has been deepening since the start of the Ukraine war. In exchange for supplying Russia with drones and ballistic missile technology, Iran is receiving cutting-edge Russian aircraft training and possibly even radar support. This isn't just about trade, it's about building an alliance of defiance. As Russian aircraft touched down on Iranian soil earlier this week, Tehran wasted no time. State television broadcast footage of pilots celebrating the arrival, while Iranian commanders hailed the move as a turning point in their air defense strategy. Iranian military officials announced that these jets will be deployed to protect critical infrastructure, nuclear sites, oil fields, and key military installations. But Israeli intelligence sources believe there's more to it. According to inside reports, the jets may be used for joint drills with Hezbollah and Syrian air units, possibly preparing for a coordinated defense strategy against Israel or Western strikes. The Israeli government has not taken the news lightly. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who called an emergency meeting with top defense and intelligence officials. Within hours, Israeli media reported that airbases across the country were put on high alert. Fighter squadrons are being briefed on possible interception missions, and anti-air batteries are being repositioned across the northern border. A senior Israeli defense official told reporters, "The rules of the game are changing. Iran is no longer just a missile threat, it's becoming an air power." This development also raises new concerns in Washington. The U.S. Pentagon confirmed it's monitoring the situation closely, warning that Russia's export of high-tech fighters to Iran undermines regional stability. American analysts say this could push the Middle East closer to a new proxy war, where Russian technology and Iranian strategy meet Israeli and Western firepower. Let's break this down further. The Su-35, one of Russia's top aircraft, is a beast of engineering. With supermaneuverability, long-range radar detection, and advanced electronic warfare systems, it can lock onto multiple targets and evade even the most sophisticated missiles. If deployed strategically, it could threaten Israeli air operations over Syria and Lebanon areas, where Israel has often struck Iranian weapons convoys. In short, Iran now has an aircraft that can contest Israeli dominance for the first time in decades. Tehran has made no effort to hide its ambitions. Iranian defense leaders declared that these jets would change the equation in the Middle East, calling them a symbol of Iran's growing independence from Western pressure. On state media, a senior commander said, "With our Russian brothers, we will protect our skies and the skies of the oppressed." This rhetoric, paired with action, has alarmed not just Israel, but also Gulf states like Saudi Arabia and the UAE. They fear the emergence of a new, coordinated Russia-Iran axis that could reshape the region's security architecture. Meanwhile, Russia continues to gain from this partnership. By selling advanced weapons to Iran, Moscow is ensuring a new revenue stream as Western sanctions tighten over Ukraine. But more importantly, Russia is creating a strategic distraction for the West, forcing the U.S. and its allies to divide attention between Europe and the Middle East. According to intelligence reports, the Russian Air Force has also deployed military advisors to Iran to train local pilots in advanced tactics. Some reports even suggest that joint flight exercises are already being planned near the Persian Gulf, a move that could spark direct confrontation with U.S. Navy assets stationed nearby. The tension is palpable. In Tel Aviv, air raid sirens have been tested, and civil defense forces are reviewing emergency response protocols. Israeli media is buzzing with speculation about a possible preemptive strike on Iranian airbases before the new jets are fully operational. But such a strike would come with enormous risks. Iran has warned that any attack on its airfields would trigger a multi-front response, involving Hezbollah, Iraqi militias, and possibly even Yemeni Houthi forces. That means Israel could face missile and drone attacks from multiple directions, north, east, and south all at once. It's a high-stakes game of deterrence, and both sides know it. In Moscow, officials have dismissed Western criticism, calling the arms deal a legitimate defense partnership. They argue that if the U.S. can arm Israel and Saudi Arabia, Russia has every right to support its own allies. Meanwhile, in Washington, the mood is tense. The State Department has condemned the deal, saying it could destabilize the already volatile Middle East. Behind closed doors, U.S. military planners are reportedly considering deploying additional assets to the region, possibly even sending a carrier strike group back into the Mediterranean as a signal of deterrence. And that's not all. Reports from European intelligence agencies suggest that Iran may soon receive additional Russian systems, including radar upgrades, electronic warfare tools, and air-to-air missile technology. If that happens, Iran's air force could become one of the most formidable in the Middle East within just a few years. This arms transfer also has deep political implications. It signals that Russia is not just looking east toward China, it's also building influence in the Islamic world. By empowering Iran, Moscow is positioning itself as the patron of resistance against U.S. influence in the Middle East. For Iran, this partnership means validation. Decades of sanctions have isolated Tehran, but with Russian support, it's finding new confidence and new leverage. However, this growing alliance may push the region closer to war. Every time Iran strengthens its defenses, Israel perceives it as an existential threat. Every Israeli military drill, in turn, fuels Iran's resolve to prepare for conflict. The cycle continues, each move countered by another, each warning met with defiance. And now, with the skies filling up with Russian-made jets, that tension is no longer theoretical. It's real, visible, and potentially explosive. Experts warn that if Israel decides to strike Iran's nuclear sites in the coming months, these Su-35s could play a pivotal role intercepting Israeli fighters or delaying their attack long enough for Iran to retaliate. That scenario could ignite a regional war, drawing in Lebanon, Syria, and even U.S. bases in the Gulf. In Tehran, the message is clear: the era of isolation is over. In Jerusalem, the fear is equally clear: the margin for safety is shrinking. The Middle East, once again, stands on the edge of something unpredictable. As night falls over the skies of Tehran and Tel Aviv, radar screens across the region are glowing with new signatures, Russian fighters now flying in Iranian colors. It's a sight that will change how every military in the region plans its next move. The world watches closely, because in this new chapter of the geopolitical chessboard, even a single mistake could light the spark that everyone fears. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.